imagination is not important. Creativity is important. So sir, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि for instance I'll give you an example. जो पोलियो का वैक्सीन जब बना था, जब डेवलप हुआ था, तो जो उसका इन्वेंटर था, जो उसका जिसने बनाया था मैकेनिज्म, उसने उसे पेटेंट करवाने की जगह जो मैकेनिज्म था वो आउटसोर्स कर दिया. The advantage was since it was outsourced, so उसकी कोई कॉस्ट नहीं थी. It was for an affordable price and everyone could have it. तो सर पोलियो जो था वो इरेडिकेट हो गया. तो सर जब ये हम कहते हैं कि हमारे को इमेजिन नहीं करना चाहिए, तो सर उसका मतलब ये हुआ कि अगर वो इमेजिन नहीं करता, कि वो ये सोचता नहीं कि अगर मैं पेटेंट करवाता हूँ, उसके दिमाग में ये तो आया हुआ कि मैं पेटेंट करवाऊंगा तो उसके प्राइसेस बढ़ेंगे, स्पेक्यूलेशन होगी मार्केट में, सबके पास वो ड्रग पॉजिटिव आएगा. और उसके दिमाग में ये भी ख्याल आया होगा कि अगर मैं एक सिनारियो उसने वर्चुअली सोचा होगा कि अगर मैं उसे आउटसोर्स कर देता हूँ, फ्री कर देता हूँ और ओपन सोर्स कर देता हूँ, तो वो सबके पास बीच में आएगा. तो सर एट द सेम टाइम इमेजिनेशन एक सर वर्चुअल थिंकिंग होगी जिसमें हम अपने सिनारियोस को बनाते हैं, और क्रिएशन एक फिजिकल रियलिटी है. बट द थिंग इज फॉर क्रिएटिविटी वी नीड टू थिंक एंड वी नीड टू इमेजिन.
You are getting muddled up between building and creating. Creation is not a physical reality. Imagination is the mind wandering within its limited domain of experiences. Experiences that it has gathered through the senses. It might have seen something or read something or heard of something, right? That constitutes the set of experiences that the mind has. Whenever you will imagine, you will never go beyond what you already know, beyond what has already happened at some point or some place. Imagination will never take you beyond that. The last time I was here, if I remember, I asked you, can you even imagine that you are speaking the Russian language? For those who do not know that language, do not have any experience of the language, you can't even imagine. Even to imagine, something about it must already be there in your past. So imagination is when there is something in the past, and from that you bring forth something else, which obviously has its roots in that which is already present. Creativity is totally different. Creativity means there is nothing by way of experience, yet something comes up. Something comes up from nowhere. Something arises from nothing. Something arises from nothing. So there is an absolute newness to it. It is not coming from experience. It is not coming from something that I have read or heard or gone through. It is not at all related to my past or the past of mankind. From where is it arising? From where is it then arising? That point from where it arises, that is the mystical point called the source or the center. It is that point. Creativity has no history. Creativity has no past. That is why creativity is so unpredictable. Even the creative mind cannot know what will sprout forth. Even the creative mind will be surprised by what it does or says or starts knowing. It will wonder, from where has this come? I never had this. I had never read of this. I had never planned this. From where has this come? And that is why creativity cannot have any process. Imagination, on the other hand, always has a history and a process and a thinker. Wherever there is a thinker, he would be limited by the domain of his thought. Now, there is no point saying that one should not imagine or one should be creative. These are not prescriptive things. This is not a moral lecture where one would say that you should not imagine. What else then the mind would do? The mind keeps imagining. The only thing is to know that creativity is at a much higher plane than imagination. There are different dimensions altogether. There are instances when you do imagine, and that is all right in day-to-day living. Imagination does play a role, so it is all right. But the two are uncomparable. The two are in no way comparable. The creative mind and the imaginative mind, they are two very, very different entities. But you see, if imagination fascinates us so much, and if imagination, even imagination, can benefit us, just imagine again, what can creativity do? Are you understanding this? Imagination is always at a far lower plane than creativity. And if imagination can give you such fruits, which it has given us, there is no dispute in that, then imagine what all can creativity give you. But creativity is such a rare thing, that we know nothing of it. We know all kinds of imaginations, and that is all right. That is all right. Do you get the fundamental difference between the two? When you imagine, then you do not create. Imagination is followed by construction or building. But building is not the same as creation. Building always comes from a past, something leading to something else. Imagination has a past. Creativity has no past. Creativity is when something arises from nothing. No past, no background. Nothing to suggest that something is going to happen, yet something happens. The most important aspects of life are also examples of creativity. In fact, life itself is an example of creativity. You see, from where does life come into a bundle of material? What is this human body? Material? Material like all other material around us? From where does life come into it? Can one explain it? Is there a process to it? See, sodium and water combine and you get sodium hydroxide, and if somebody asks you from where has NaOH come, you can explain. You will say sodium and water combined, and such was the configuration of the electrons, and then they get together and this is the new chemical that results, right? But how will you explain that from the soil a human being rises, a conscious human being? Now something is coming from nothing. Something is arising from nothing. This is creativity. Are you getting it? Similarly, joy or freedom or love, there can be no background to it. If it is real, it will be historyless. It will not depend on the past. It will just happen. And that is a very good instance of creativity. Something is happening. Why? Well, no reason. Why? Well, no process. Why? Well, no cause. No history. It's just happening. So creativity is uncaused. It is not a part of the normal cause and effect chain. Whatever you see in life is always cause and effect, right? Is always cause and effect. Look at anything around you and you will find that there is a cause behind it. And you will go behind that cause and you will find another cause and another cause and another cause. Creativity is that which lies outside this cause and effect chain. There is no cause. It's unreasonable. It's beyond reason. That's why I said it's like love. There is no reason. Somebody asks you, why? Why love? You will say, well, I don't know. And there is actually no reason to know. It's just there. Just there. Creativity is like that. Just there. Uncaused. Unimaginable. And that's why so difficult to understand. And equally simple. Right? All right. Was this clear? Do we see how we live in cause and effect chains? And how anything outside cause and effect appears so scary to us? Can you reflect on that? You know, whenever somebody is doing something, what is the first question that you ask him? Why are you doing this? Especially if he is doing something which is a little unconventional. Right? Parents, peers, teachers, what would everybody ask? Why are you doing this? What are they asking for? What are they asking for? The reason, the cause. But the most important things in life are that which have no reason. But our mind has become so trained in doing everything because of a reason that the unreasonable simply scares it. If you say that, well, there is no reason, it's just happening. Or if there is a reason, it's such a big reason that it cannot be expressed in words. Then the other person will say that you are mad, right? He'll say talk sense. Why? The question why pertains to the cause and effect chain. Why is X there? Because of Y. Why is Y there? Because of Z. Why is Z there? Because of something else. But those who live in reasons and those who believe that there must be a reason behind everything that you do, ask them, what is the reason behind reasons? Yes, there is a reason behind every reason, and you can keep going back. Ask them, what is the first reason? What is the first cause? What is the cause of all causes? That they will not want to answer. They'll escape that question. Because that is the real question. Because that is a mystic, a spiritual question. Because that is the only worthy question. So they will escape it. You ask them, why have you taken up this job? They'll say, to earn money. Why do you want to earn money? To do something else. Why do you want to do that? To get something else. Why that? For something else. Why that? For something else. Keep going back, and soon you will find that the fellow is frustrated. He'll either say, all right, change the topic, or he'll walk away, or he'll look at you as if you have gone bonkers. Right? And you do this 2-3 times and you're off his friend list. Correct? They do not want to know the reason behind all reasons. Creativity is that. The first reason. Something that emanates right from the first reason. Right from the source itself. That is creativity. That's why it's like joy. That's why it's like love and freedom. It comes direct from the source. Are you getting it? Do not be afraid of the unreasonable. Never be afraid of that which is coming to you without any science, without any history, without any warning. Do not be afraid of it. Never be afraid of the new. Only the new is beautiful. To live in imagination is to live in tradition and convention, because imagination can never go beyond that. It may appear that you are a rule breaker. It may appear that you are imagining something new. But how can you imagine something new? To imagine, you'll have to think. And how can you think of something new? Thought can only go as far as your experiences go. As young people, let the vast, the new, the untouched, let that enter your life. And when it will enter your life, it will appear a little incredible. And you will find yourself full of suspicion at times. You will ask, why am I doing this? Why is this happening to me? And there will be no answer to the why, because there is no why involved in that. There is no cause behind that. It is just there. Welcome it. Welcome it. Do not become too clever. Do not become too reasonable. Remain a little stupid.
It means creativity is something which is unattainable. Like for instance, if there is a blind person, उसे कलर के बारे में तो कुछ पता नहीं, because from the starting of his life he doesn't know anything about shades and colors. If I say him blue color, he cannot imagine.
Right.
He doesn't see. If I say red, he goes for it. and at the same time he cannot even create.
Right.
Because he doesn't know what color itself looks like or feels like as an entity.
Wonderful. Yes.
So creativity sir rare तो कहीं नहीं होगा एक ऐसी चीज हो गई जो
You cannot imagine creativity.
नहीं imagine नहीं मतलब किसी के पास हो ही नहीं सकती.
Yes, you are very right that as long as you are maintaining your presence, creativity cannot come. As long as your interference is there, creativity will remain blocked. So for creativity to come, you will need to clear the way. You will need to get out of the way. Are you getting it? You cannot claim ever that I am creative till the time I am is there. Creativity cannot be there. Creativity is there in moments of your dissolution, of your surrender. When you are very peaceful, very silent, immersed, then creativity can arise. In a sense, creativity comes when you are absent. You understand what I mean by you? The ego. When that is absent, then there is opportunity for creativity to happen. Right? So, bad news for the ego. You can never be creative. Either there is creativity or there is you. We have certain images of creativity in mind. We have imagined them. Obviously, they are images. So what else can be said about them? Imaginations. That's what they are. Whatever you will imagine as creativity, for sure that is not creativity. So no point imagining. No point imagining. When creativity comes, it comes unannounced. It does not send signals or news of its arrival. And you cannot recognize it when it comes, because to recognize it, you must have seen it earlier. How do you recognize somebody? Only when you have seen that fellow earlier. That's why it is called recognition. Cognizing again. Creativity is such a fine thing. It doesn't come when you beckon it to come. And when it comes so simply that you will not notice it. And it's great that you will not notice it, because if you start noticing it, it would be gone. It's a simple, smooth flow of life. Creativity is not something that earns you a Nobel Prize. Creativity is in the small affairs of the day. Creativity is the way you sit here. Creativity is the depth of your attention. Creativity is the boldness of your love. Creativity is the flight of your freedom. Creativity is the honesty of your expression. These simple and direct and daily things, this is creativity. Not something that is happening in some high-tech lab. It may happen there as well, but do not think that it happens only there. Yes.
Three questions.
First. Wait. Have you?
Complete all the three questions.
No. Not all three, not two, not even one. First of all, are you one with the previous discussion?
Yes, sir. One question is regarding to legal discussion.
All right. Here is a little advice for you, beta. I would have spoken for some 15 minutes, right? When I was in the second or third minute, you started raising your hand. We said creativity is the depth of your attention. If I'm raising my hand, then there is surely some mental activity going on here. How can I listen if the thought that I must ask a question is circulating in the mind? Is it possible? Can the two happen together? And if I have not listened, then how will I ask a question? Are you getting it? Your question will surely be related to the answer that I gave. Your question is going to be related to the statements that I made, right? And if you have not heard those statements, what will be the worth of your question? So this is anyway a Q&A session. This is your session. It will proceed through your questions. But before you ask the next question, kindly first hear to the answer. Do not be too eager, because anyway you will get the opportunity. Didn't you get an opportunity?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, now speak.
So my first thing I wanted to say is, I think that according to me, there needs to be a clarification between the words imagination and visualization. So imagine you said that you can't imagine anything without your past knowledge. But according to me and according to the meaning that imagination has, I believe you can imagine things which have not been there in your present. Imagining, according to Oxford, is you can form any new ideas, you can form or present any new images without the knowledge of having anything in the past.
I have asked you a simple question. Had you listened to what I said, you would have immediately seen what I am saying. Didn't I ask you, can you imagine yourself speaking the Russian language?
So I have a question for you. Sir, can we imagine...
Can you first answer this? Can you imagine yourself speaking the Russian language?
Sir, Russian language is very factual.
Obviously, what else do you imagine?
Sir, you can imagine yourself having a nose like an elephant, and yes, you can...
Yes, of course, because because there is an elephant in the past, there is me in the past, so it's cool. Take X and Y and have a linear combination of the two. That does not give you anything new.
Absolutely, sir.
Do you know of linear combinations? Do you know what linear combinations are? Linear combinations are like this. Suppose over dinner, the lady of the house finds that a little bit of dal is left, a little bit of sabzi is left, and a little bit of gravy of some other curry is left. And what does she do? She keeps all the three in the refrigerator, and next morning she takes all three, garnishes them together in curd, and puts some spices over them, and a dish is prepared. She will claim that this is a new dish. But is that really a new dish? Is that really a new dish? Really a new dish? Similarly, you take a man's torso and you put an elephant's head over it. The image that you get, is it really a new image, or is it just a linear combination of two pre-existing things? then you do not know what is meant by something being absolutely new. This is not newness. Taking x and y and saying ax plus by is new. Is that new? Is that new? That's not new. Then you do not know what is meant by new. The new is that which has no history. The new that is that which has just sprung from nowhere. That is what is new. Forget about the dictionary meaning. Go into yourself. When we say new, we mean the absolutely new, not a combination of some pre-existing entities.
There is nothing new in this world.
Unless you go into it. If there is nothing new into it, beta, then unfortunately you are saying that there can be no love and no freedom. And that's a very, very condemning statement. Because if there can be nothing new in the world, then everything has to be cause and effect, right? And cause and effect is machine. When you say something operates on cause and effect, you are referring to a machine. Machine is what works on cause and effect. A human being is one where there is the possibility of something happening beyond the machine, beyond the mechanical cause and effect.
But there is no freedom also. In this world, you've got no freedom.
Then how are you asking this question?
So freedom has different levels. You can't say.
Beta, from where is this question arising and from where is this answer coming? If there is no freedom.
I didn't get it.
From where did this statement come?
सर जो फ्रीडम है, फ्रीडम होता है कि अगर मैं अपने आप को एंस्लेव समझता हूँ, then the question of freedom comes. Then the idea of freedom comes into existence. But that is also an imagination-based process.
Yes, of course.
So, sir, we cannot say that freedom is creativity.
Your idea of freedom is not creativity. Well said. Any idea of anything, your idea of love is not creativity. Any idea that you will have will be some kind of a visual, an image. And any idea of anything is always a stale thing. We are full of ideas. Don't you see? We are full of ideas about life, but we do not know life. We are full of ideas about everything, but do we know that thing itself? Ideas are not the real thing. They never are.
So in a way, creativity is much more complex as compared to clarity. Like in case of clarity, in the last session, I asked the question, clarity is a continuous process. By attaining clarity, you are able to clear much more layers, and it's not a final destination. Now, creativity is something which we cannot imagine, which we haven't observed, and which is not rational to our state of mind. So in that case, this all thing makes it somewhere near to insanity.
Yes, insanity.
If we talk
Yes.
So it's very complex.
Is it complex or is it so simple that our complexities refuse to give it admission? Is it complex or is it so very simple that it doesn't fit in our complicated mental structures?
Sir, in a way, it's complex. Like, कभी का मुहावरा है कि सुई जिस जगह पे तलवार की जरूरत है, वहाँ पे सुई काम नहीं करेगी. जैसे जगह पे सुई की जरूरत है, वहाँ पे तलवार काम नहीं करेगी. So in a way, sir, we human beings, from the starting of the civilization, our thinking process or our brain has been made in such a way, or God has created our brain in such a way that creativity is something which we cannot understand. Only God can understand. As like, because like you were saying, it's a simple thing which we cannot digest.
Understanding is not the same as thinking. What has happened with us is, we claim that we understand something only when we are able to define it, put it in words, say something about it, think about it. understanding is not thinking. In fact, if you really understand, you will find that you understand, but it is not subject to expression. Are you getting it? Right now what is happening is that we are making an attempt to bring creativity to the same plane where imagination resides. You see, imagination comes out of our mind. Now the mind is feeling a little uneasy because it has been told that creativity will come from a point outside of you. That is a blow to the ego. The mind likes it when something emerges from it. So if you praise imagination, you are actually praising the mind, the ego. Now we have just heard that the source of creativity is outside the mind, and creativity is the real thing. The mind does not like this statement. So what is the mind trying to do? It is trying to define creativity, and by defining, it will bring creativity within its ambit. By defining something, what do? You make it a part of your mental game, your mental pattern. Oh, I can define it, I can know it. Leave it undefined. Just know that when I am not there, what remains is creativity. When I am deeply immersed, when I am very, very attentive, that is when creativity arises on its own. On its own. I can only give myself the right conditions, the resolution to be attentive. That's all I can do. And after that, creativity will come on its own, will dance on its own. I don't have any role to play. I don't have any role to play.
According to you, sir, whatever you say is right.
I don't even think whether it is right or wrong.
No, sir, because mostly what I've seen attending online classes is new points which have been brought out by any of the students. It's always negated, and always points which is being said by the instructors always being said is right. Because I've never seen any point taken by a student very warmly welcomed and put it into the system, but then I've always seen any point that a student makes is be negative. So, sir, according to me, I mean, this is what I think, and that is what is actually troubling me. That is also a kind of ego.
But
The fact that
is truth. Is truth.
Always the point that is being said by the instructor is got to be the
Yes, that may be possible. That may have happened. That is quite possible. But is truth collaborative? Is truth consensual? Is truth a matter of democracy? So do not say that any point that we say is always negated. Come up with a specific point where you feel that this is where I stand, and I think this stand is factual, this stand is pointing to the truth. Come up with that. Go to the specifics. Because truth is not at all democratic. Truth is the biggest dictatorship. Do you understand this? 1,000 of you can stand up and say, well, this is so, it will never be so. Truth is truth. It's a dictatorship. Your opinion doesn't count. Your opinion has no value. As long as it is your opinion. When you will move into another realm, then whatever you will say will be sacred, and will not only be welcome, it will actually be worthy of worship. But for that, you will have to change. You know, if a machine is somehow not calibrated well, Wonderful machine. The best design that can be there. But somehow its operators have forgotten to operate it well, to calibrate it well. Every unit of output that it will give will be, every single unit of output that this machine is giving will be defective. If it gives 1,000 outputs, all 1,000 will be rejected, right? Now can the machine say, sir, at least accept 10 of them? Why are you rejecting all 1,000? When the machine itself is not calibrated well, it is not about accepting a few of your words and rejecting a few of your words. Everything ought to be rejected because it is coming from a defect. And remember, that defect is not very deep. It's a very superficial mistake. It can be very, very easily corrected by you. And you do not even require a great specialist or doctor for that. If you pay a little attention, you will be able to calibrate yourself well because your design is wonderful. You are the most wonderful and beautiful design that can ever be. And yet, the tragedy is that you are producing one defective output after the other, just as you are making one defective statement after the other right now, in spite of being a wonderful machine.
Sir, I hope I'm not wasting you.
No, it's a good thing, yeah.
Sir, like creativity is a creative entity. Sir, I'll give an example. Like you said, creativity is something which is beyond our imagination. So that's based on your imagination, that it is beyond our imagination. Sir, are you understanding? Like
No.
Sir, it's like, sir, आप ये सोच रहे हो कि like हमने कहा कि we human beings have a habit of having a cause and chain action. कि इसका cause होगा, ये होगा, like लंबी infinite chain है. The thing is that the number of chains and or the number of links and the number of reasons, we might be being short of those reasons, so that we can think that creativity is unattainable.
You see, am I ever saying that it is unattainable? In the last 20-25 minutes, for even 1 second have I said that it is not attainable, not possible. In fact, I am saying it is very simple, provided you are ready to get out of the way. Have I not said that? Also, please see that saying that something is beyond thought is a surrender of thought, not a continuation of thought. When I am saying that I cannot think about it, that doesn't mean that I am going to continue thinking about it. It means that I am surrendering the process of thinking. No more of it. Full stop. That full stop is the border post after which creativity starts. Unless you come to that full stop, you will never know. So that full stop must come. You have to admit that it is beyond me. It is beyond me. Feels bad. A little irritating. How can it be beyond me? If it is my mind, it will come through me, then how can it be beyond me? Well, there is something within you which is beyond you. You are limited. You are so small, aren't you? And you are subject to all kinds of changes that time brings. But there is something within you which is infinitely large and which is not subject to changes, which is not subject to diminishing, which does not increase either. It is beyond your very construction. You are an entity in space and time. There is something within you which is simply out of these two. That is from where creativity arises. Unless you have a taste of that, it will be difficult to have faith in creativity. To have faith in creativity is to have faith in yourself. A man who does not have faith in creativity is actually going to be very, very afraid, because he won't have any faith in himself either. Yes, please.
Sir, I have a thought regarding the answer you gave to this question. Whatever you said in the last 4 to 5 minutes, it means that whatever we have been taught till now, we guys are not 20 to 21. Whatever we have been taught in this 21 years is all wrong, and what you guys are teaching is right. How can it be?
How can it not be? First of all, you tell me, why should it not be this way?
There must be something that is right.
Why? How do you know that there must be something? You're talking about 21 years. For thousands and thousands of years, millions and billions of people were believing that the earth is flat. So what? Another thing, if you are raising this question, then do you know what you were doing when I was speaking? You are comparing this to something that you already know. Now, if the mind is busy comparing, how will it listen? I keep on speaking to audiences, and the questions that arise are pretty similar in some sense. If I keep comparing the questions, do you know what will happen? Inevitably, I will end up repeating the answers that I have previously given. If I do not compare your questions to the questions that I have heard before, why are you comparing my responses to what you have heard in your 21 years? Why can't you directly, simply, attentively listen to this and keep comparisons aside for a while? See, you are students of science. Even in science, do you proceed through the weight of history? In any of the chapters that you read, whether in physics or in mathematics, is it ever said that this is a theorem because 1,34 lakh people believe in it? Is that so?
No, sir, but in a way, the result which has been attained by the help of Gurugram has been verified by the consensus of all the people.
Wonderful.
Make it that theorem applicable.
So the key word is verification.
Yes, sir.
Key word is? So somebody says that such is the law of gravitation. And what do you do with it? What do you do with it?
Accept it.
No. You verify it. Do you accept it without verifying it? You verify it, right? What we are talking about right now, what do you do with it? This again needs to be verified. Isn't that really so? Isn't it really so? Is this not the fact? Can't I observe it in my daily life? Verify it. And here, what is the laboratory? Life. In that sense, it is very, very scientific. Go ahead, verify it. Look at the facts and you will know. Instead of saying that so many people are saying this and so many people are saying that, why not look straight at the facts? And the facts are there for everybody to see, because we are all living. The facts are there. What we are doing right now, what is the mind occupied with? That is the fact. That is what living is all about, right? Where we are every moment, what is happening within us, around us. Look at that and you will know. It's easy.
Sir, our thinking, our behavior, or my questioning about creativity is a result of conditioning, which we say comes from our society.
No. Had you been thoroughly conditioned, you would have never asked these questions. These cameras, these microphones, are they asking any questions? They are 100% conditioned. They are fully and completely conditioned. There is something within you which cannot be conditioned.
Also, the habit of verifying things or asking why this is possible.
So, in spite of all the inputs that you have received so far from the entire world, there is still a lingering doubt, right? The very presence of that doubt indicates something which cannot be conditioned. You will never feel free of doubt till you reach that point within you which cannot be conditioned. Only at that point you will find complete sureness. Then you will say, I know. But in our life, look at the daily life, again at the facts. Are we ever 100% sure about anything? 100% sure. You may have written the best of your papers, and yet if someone comes and says that you have failed that exam, you may refute that person on the face. You may say it is not possible. I attempted all the questions, I solved them, my answers are good, I cannot fail. Yet when that person will go away, you will find that you are left with a trace of a lingering doubt. Is that not so? That it might have happened. Who knows? It might have happened. There may be someone whom you love greatly and greatly, your best friend. But if someone says, you know what, he has been gossiping about you behind your back, and he has been saying things unworthy of saying, a doubt will be seeded in the mind. We are never sure of anything. Never sure of anything. Complete sureness arises only in that point which is outside conditioning. That point is what is called your center, your source. Only there do we have freedom from suspicion. Absolute certainty. That is there only at that point. Otherwise, you will always find yourself suffering in doubt. Yes.
So, first thing, sir, I know this, and because I know this, I can say this is true. Nobody is perfect, and for that matter, sir, everybody is a wonderful creation of the God, and yet nobody is perfect. So, sir, even things that you are saying will automatically be defected because there is got to be some calibration problem. But yet I am saying out of the 1,000 things that you say, I believe or I know 100 are absolutely right. But I can't say everything is right and everything is wrong.
You are saying nobody is perfect, and I am saying everybody is absolutely perfect.
No, I'm saying everybody is perfect, but there is a calibration problem.
Understand this. There is a calibration problem till the point you remain identified with your calibration. Whenever you are identified with that, there would always be a problem with everybody without exception. No doubt about it. But because everybody is perfect, hence it is possible to go beyond your imperfections. But for that, you have to be deeply attentive. In the moments of your deepest attention, you move beyond your imperfection. But that perfection, remember, is not yours. It is you, not yours. You can never claim that this is my perfection. You are seated in perfection, but you don't own it, you don't possess it. In fact, it is your disappearance that has brought you to that perfection. Right? And remember, when you say perfect, again, you are having an image in mind of perfection. What is perfection? Perfection is simply that emptiness which remains after you negate your imperfections, after you refuse to comply and identify with them. We all are bundles of imperfection, there is no doubt about it. At the same time, essentially we are perfect. It depends on what we want to choose. It depends on what we are identifying with. It depends on how faithful we are. What is the depth of our faith? If you are scared, then you will cling to the imperfections. If you have faith, you will boldly jump into perfection.
I did not complete your question right there. I was also saying that the statements you are making is got to be defended unless you don't think so, sir. And if you would say, let me just complete the question. And if you would say that the statements I'm making is not defective, the word I that comes here would show that there is.
All right. I am saying something.
Can I?
No, because what is the point in proceeding when the first few steps themselves are misplaced? Let's see. I am saying something. If I ask all of you what I have said so far, write it down in 5 points or 10 points. Do you think you will write down the same things? I'm talking about facts. I want to verify something. If I say write down what I have said over the last 45 minutes, would all of you write down the same thing? In fact, what you may write down may actually be, in cases, opposite of what your neighbor writes. If you do that experiment, that can be verified. Now, I am saying the same thing, but there are different things that are reaching you. So when you are saying that I am saying something, what do you mean? I might be saying something, but who is listening? Who is listening? Who is listening? You. So when you say that there is imperfection around, what do you mean? Have you listened? Have you understood? And if you claim that you have listened correctly, then how is it so that your neighbor is writing different things compared to you? First of all, move deeply into listening. Then the thought of comparing or refuting, you may find that it has subsided. It is no more there. It's like this, that I'm reading a book. Not attentive to it. Half my mind is somewhere else. And then I'm claiming that the contents of the book are not quite correct. Am I even understanding what is being said or written? Am I there, fully there, with the book? But I am far too eager to defend something and to refute something. How can I read that book? There has to be an honesty in reading. Reading must be without prejudice, without any notions or conceptions of what I already know to be right and wrong. Once I am into it, then whatever comes to it, truth shines in it. All right? So, just pay attention. Just pay attention. Most of your questions are arising from not listening to what has been already said. if you can move into the soul of even a single sentence, everything will become very, very clear. Cooperate with the sentence. Cooperate with it. Be with it.
Again, I'll say this, that the fact that I'm asking questions is the fact that I'm listening to very attentively. That is why things that are inside me are probably having a rumble, which I'll tell you why. In one of my classes, I was told that freedom is something that comes from inside, and nothing from outside should be imposed onto you. And this is absolutely not factual, because there is no experiment done on it. So you can't say this is the fact and this has to be written or this has to be said.
About what? About what? About what?
Self and value clarity.
No. You are saying this is not a fact. What is not a fact?
Anything that is said by the faculty or probably what is being said by you, sir, I would not say it is a fact and that is the truth and that has to be.
Which particular statement? Don't deal in generalities. Which particular statement? Which particular statement? Which particular statement? If there are so many, name a few.
It's one statement that I'll take a few statements from the class and I'll take.
Name one. Give me one.
Sir, I want to name a few.
Give me one.
For example, I've got many, sir.
Give me one.
Alright. Leaders are master slave. Leaders are master slave.
Leaders?
The leaders are actually master slaves.
I'm not getting the statement. Leaders are?
That is why I wanted to give a few statements.
No. Give me one. Leaders are?
Leaders are master slave.
Master slave.
Yes.
This is not even correct English. Where did you read it?
Sir, the faculty has been telling us that leaders are master slaves.
Beta, if you can quote something which is factually verifiable, something from the blog or something from the content that you are handed over, and there is so much that is handed over to you. If you can give me a particular statement, we can talk about it.
Sir,
Give me.
Particularly name the faculty.
Name the statement at least.
The statement is leaders are master slaves.
Where is it written? Where in the content it is given?
So I'll have to read the entire paper, which will take a little time.
Don't read the entire paper. Show me the handout on which it is written.
Sir, if things have been said to...
We won't, like in science, we will look directly at the issue, not like in the parliament.
Negation coming from the other side, sir, which... We were not ready to listen to any statement that is taking
I am, look at the audience. Am I not ready to listen to the statement? But where is the statement?
So it is not written anywhere. So it was spoken to us.
Then there has to be a context. Either you give me the complete context, otherwise how can I say anything to you? You see, this session is being recorded, right? One can take a 30-second clip from somewhere in between and it will look absolutely stupid because it has been torn away from its context. Everything is said in a context, right? If I take a 15-second clip from between, it will look meaningless, senseless and stupid. Won't it look that way? That's why when it is uploaded, the entire thing has to be uploaded. The entire 1 hour has to be uploaded so that the context is very, very clear. Is that not so? I have said, for example, today, that nothing is perfect and you are nothing but perfect. I have made two contradictory statements at the same time. If you take only that bit and post it on YouTube, someone will say he's a madman. He's making such contradictory statements. But when you listen to the entire thing, then you say, oh, this is it. Bring out something from the text and then specifically let's look at it if there is something.
Sir, let me just reframe it.
Beta, why are you speaking so much? I am saying give me something concrete and you're continuously speaking.
I don't want to talk on that topic.
Why? You said when you don't have anything concrete, then why did you say that there are many things and many things and many things when you can't even give one thing?
I'm giving you few, you said you want one.
Where is that one? Has he given me any one? Where is that one? Show it to me. Give it to me. And you are saying there are many. Why not simply admit that I am blabbering? Just admit, I am blabbering, sir, and excuse me for that, and I'll excuse you. Thank you. Can't even give me one fact to verify. What do I verify? I want to verify. I am so eager to verify. I want to look at it. You are not giving it to me.
So when is the next one?
There is, you see, there is no end to spreading rumors. But are we here for rumor mongering? To just say this and that? That's gossiping. Are we here for gossiping? Don't deal in notions. Don't deal in preset ideas. If there is one thing that is very, very dear to me, it is the factualness of something, beta. And I'll have no hesitation in correcting something if it is misplaced, because that is for the benefit of everyone. Do you think that I will want to keep something defective? But for that, you must come up with something concrete, and you don't have it. So I welcome you, I welcome everybody who has something, but first give it to me. All right?
So I was not mentally prepared for this statement. Since
If there is something important, wait, then I cannot come up with an excuse that I am not prepared. I am coming to meet you. I cannot come up with an excuse that I am not prepared.
you said you were not prepared for the class, you were there for question answers.
Yes.
So that is wrong.
And whatever question you ask me, do I know what you are going to ask me? Have I any idea what you have written on your sheets? Tell me. Do I have any idea, even the faintest idea, what you have written on your sheets? I don't have them. Now, can I come up with an excuse that I do not know what you would be asking, so I am unable to respond? You ask me something, it is my part to respond, right? I ask you something, it is your part to respond.
So I want to say one thing very frankly.
Don't say that anymore. First of all, complete one step, then jump to the next. No.
Anything concrete?
Then search for it. Search for it. Nobody is going anywhere. Nobody is going anywhere. If you are really eager for the truth, then you will find me. There are people from your university, many students, who regularly come to the Advait office to attend sessions. They will not ask, sir, when are you coming for the next Samvaad? They travel on their own, sometimes twice a week, sometimes they stay over the night to meet me, because they are genuine seekers. They are genuine seekers. When you genuinely seek, then you do not say, sir, when will you come? When you genuinely seek, then you say, I want it, so I will come. Do you get it?